funny to think about how much has changed in 8 months. 8 months ago, we were going about life as though it were normal. Whether it was watching sports, doing extracurricular activities, being in school, spending time with friends. We all had plans for the spring and for the summer. And all of that was brought to a screeching halt by this pandemic that has flipped our lives sideways or upside down. One of the great lessons we should take from this experience is just how precious and how fleeting normal life can be. For most people, this sort of a wake-up call comes, when someone has a diagnosis of cancer or a death in the family or some sort of crime or weather event that happens that impacts them personally. We don't normally get this collective chance to say, whoa, I had no idea how much I was going to miss this, how much I love this person, or how much I wish I would have said this. And this is a theme that shows up in this Sunday's gospel, and that's going to kind of play itself out over the next few weeks as we wind up the liturgical year. Are we ready for the bridegroom to come? You spend any time in the Bible and you start to realize just how important the marital metaphor is. You see, the Bible begins with a married couple in the garden and ends with a wedding feast. About halfway in the middle of the Bible, you find the Song of Songs, which is love poetry. And the most common metaphor that's used to describe God's relationship to us is that he is the groom, we are the bride. So when you read about these 10 who are waiting for the bridegroom to come, they're waiting for Jesus, and 5 are ready and 5 are not. Are we ready? Someone once asked St. Francis of Assisi, what would you do if you knew Jesus was coming back today? And his reply was beautiful and it was simple. He said, well, I'd keep working in the garden and then go and have some lunch. He was so certain that what he was doing was what God would ask of him. Are we doing the will of God? Are we saying and doing the things that we would do if we knew just how fleeting things are? And perhaps this experience of the last 8 months is a good chance to take a step back and look at the ways in which we aren't ready, but to ask for God's help so that we can change and be like the ones who are wise.